Hello, it's Saturday, March 29th, 2025. It's an entry in James's video diary. Thank you for all the people that have subscribed, and I'm almost to the point of going live. I'd love to do that. I'd really hate to have to cheat the algorithm by creating a couple other accounts and then back zipping my subscriber base. I mean, I just don't want to do it that way. I want to win fair and square. It's just like girls. I want to win fair and square. I want to do it in a way that I'm not ungrateful to the one that's trying to get me into the hookup culture, but at the same point, I don't operate that way. I've been a father way too long. My thought process, and I'm not ungrateful for the girls that have tried to do what they assume I work like everybody else, and unfortunately I'm a late bloomer, and I was a father early. And although I am single, and I'm a straight guy, I don't work like everybody else. The things that work on everybody else simply aren't going to work on me. The tactics, tens, if not thousands of women that have tried, realize that it's just easier to go with somebody else. If I have another option, I'll just go to somebody else, because this guy's going to want to do it the hard way, because he wants to build a base for the rest of his life. Because he already knows that starting out hard and a relationship that kind of sucks on both sides, no less. You think it feels good for me to have to do this way? Because I don't want to have to deal with drama later down the road? Because I don't want to have to be in the headlines for some of the most egregious sins that men can do against each other? I'm grateful for the way I operate. It has saved me a great deal of pain. It's cost me a great deal of sex in good times, but look, man, I can't be with somebody who's going to cut and run when the road gets dicey. Because I can already tell you, the road gets dicey. The road it's not smooth sailing most of the time. It's not like in Texas where they have all the great smooth roads. Out in the middle of nowhere, the speed limit's like 100. Well, that's actually 80, but most of the traffic, even me with a 40-foot trailer and a semi, damn near, Class B rig, was doing over 100. It's more like Iowa. The speed limit's 70, and I literally can't keep that rig over 60. The speed limit was 70 or so, and I couldn't get the rig over 55. The road was so rough that it almost vibrated the truck in half. I thought I was going to flex the trailer so badly that not only was I going to lose the load, I was going to lose the trailer. It was just going to snap. Even the truck was flexing, and I couldn't stay in the seat. In Iowa, coming out of Minnesota, the road's kind of like that. It was more like Iowa than it is, Texas. Texas, smooth sailing, roads for days. They're smooth. You can run 100, even in the rigs I was running. No cops for anywhere, unless you literally called them for something. Then you literally wouldn't see them. Iowa, you wouldn't see them either, except where they were having serious amounts of, I call them traffic events. Convention would say they're traffic accidents, but 99% of them are not accidents. When I was driving through South Minneapolis last winter storm of 2025, I got a late dispatch, and I was in South Minneapolis. I had to go to West Minneapolis. And they kept calling, well, what are you doing? They dispatched me late. So I'm in the middle of rush hour traffic in Minneapolis, Minnesota, which, it is what it is. But at the same point, when you add the most gigantic winter storm and extra people, because everybody's going to be like, this is the world's ending superstorm, So now you got extra people, extra ice. Everybody and their brother is, I got to get to my position. I got to drive 20 miles an hour over the speed limit, 10 miles an hour over the speed limit, because I got to get to my destination. here I am on dispatched, on a timer saying, look, it's going to take me what it takes me. I'm in the middle of a winter storm. I've had horrendous amounts of problems with traction, even with the load. And, I'm not going to risk my rig. Not because I don't want the job, but because, well, if I end up in a wad on the side of the road, I end up killing a bunch of other people. Because I'm not the smallest vehicle, and I'm not a Yugo. I'm in a damn near Class B semi with a 40-foot trailer. I am not going to stop on a dime. And it's simple physics, like me driving a train. Trains just don't stop. They go to a crossing. They'll try, but it'll take them 3.5 miles to stop that train at 30 miles an hour. So don't, you got to be absolutely, when you're driving it, a train's a little different. You only got one lane of traffic, but as a semi, you're the next biggest thing on the road. So you literally have to be smart enough to know that I have to leave almost a semi's length in front of me. That way, if I do get hit, and it's something as big as me or bigger than me, it is an oversized load or something, I got to have a way of getting out of it. I got to have an out. I got to have a way of getting into the shoulder, traveling up an exit lane that I wasn't supposed to go on, that wasn't in my route, but in order to prevent me from becoming a much bigger, more damage and more bigger issue, I'm going to have to go up that exit ramp. I'm going to have to travel down the shoulder to try and get myself away from a bridge abutments and keep myself out of traffic. If traffic accident, although it was an accident, although the event wasn't my fault, I don't want to have to say there's damage all over the front of my truck because I literally I packed myself in like a tuna can. Now, maybe it's just me saying that I'm a passive offensive driver and not defensive. Because a lot of defensive driving, well, if you look at all the accidents, South Minneapolis, I drove by 8 multi-car accidents. I drove by 5 guys or 6 that literally missed their exit. They just were going way too fast. And either they missed the exit completely or they shot off into damn near the bridge abutment a quarter of a mile off. And there was literally no tracks between the exit and where the car came to rest. Which means they were literally airborne for like a quarter of a mile. That's how fast they were going. Now, granted, it was a freeway, but in addition to that, it was Minnesota during a winter storm. You do not speed up during that stuff. At my pickup, I told the guy, he said I'm from California. I didn't drive this stuff. I said, if all else fails, lift your right foot and put your 4-way flashers on. If you're literally getting loose or you're uncomfortable, put your 4-way flashers on. If you have to pull off to the side of the road, do it. With your 4-way flashers on, just sit there for a minute. Give yourself extra time. Otherwise, you'll end up in a foil ball, smashed all to hell. Insurance all gonna go way up because, well, that's not failure to control your vehicle. I mean, unless that's what you were going for. I mean, that's always a tick when I get an accident or a traffic event of any kind. You were trying to do this? That's not that's not against the rule. I mean, that's not one of the rules. I mean, you don't do that. Thank you for listening to me. If you have a problem, comment, or concern, please put it in the comment section below. If you have a problem, put it in the comment section. Look, if I can't help you, there's a community of angels that read the comments just like I do. And I'm guessing they'll reply to your comment just the same as I would. I may not get to all of them. Some of them they're hiding from me. I'm sorry if that happens. I love all of you and I appreciate that you've been with me. Whether you've just been with me for this video or you've been through the whole list of things that have happened and been on my channel since the beginning, I certainly appreciate it. I'm here having the time dilating thoughts, and I thought that making a video would be a way of bringing out my gratitude and listing the things and the people and the circumstances in my life that, despite the vicissitudes, are going well. And yeah, I've been taking a lot of interviews, but in interviews, I've dealt with a lot of people at some of these hiring events. They're ghost events. They're corporate ghosts. I don't know what the hell is wrong with corporations and corporate America. I mean, I've seen a lot of bad things. I've seen a lot of things in leadership. Now, granted, I was a family man at 18. I had to go from being a man whore to being a father and having to think about what I'm doing, to think about the children that are around me. And although I'm not going to have any more, God willing, I hope my vasectomy holds. And, I don't want any more. Not because I can't deal with kids, I can. But I don't want to have to deal with their mother being asinine, juvenilely stupid, creating drama for the simple process of having drama when we really don't need it. And I see a lot of girls in a lot of the processes that 98+% of the women that I go after or that I even look at have the same thought. It's do what I want. It's going to be the way I want. It's not going to be listening to the context. If I had listened to the context, I would have realized that the fastest way to get him is not to put on a show. It's not to show off my body. Because 85% of the women that have been my girlfriend have literally not been pretty. Some of them have been pretty fucked up. Some of them in wheelchairs. And yes, I have dated women in wheelchair who's fucked up was a hemiplegic. Come to find out she was cheating on me. Which, yeah, that's the premise of a whole new video. Not that I don't appreciate the relationship. I did. And I still do. But I'm not going to have that because I don't want to run the risk of an STD. Just like this girl with the hookup culture. My process is painful. Not to you, it's going to be painful to me. Because I'm going to have to go back through and I'm going to have to do and say some things that are things that I would not want to say around a child. Because I don't want to have them to have that memory in their head. Because I don't want to answer the questions about what I'm doing. Because I don't really have a good answer. It's like I had a really, really big girl and we're in the process. In the process, I kind of panicked and goes, yeah, I'm not going to be able to get... This is going to create questions I don't want to have to answer. And if this goes badly, and it could, it easily could have, it would have taken 8 men, as big as I am, if not bigger, to get this person in an ambulance. At which point, it's not going to be quiet. That's not going to be quiet. And the condition of her getting to the ambulance, it's not going to be something I would want my neighbors to see. Not that she was I was at her place. But she changed the terms and conditions of a promise to me without telling me, and then, well, I didn't lie to you. Well, you sure as fuck didn't tell the truth either. So, if you have thoughts, prayers, concerns, comments, problems, we're all in this together. Let's keep our stick on the ice. Be well.